Cash in a flash. Cash in a flash.
So you need cash now, you don't know how. No time to waste, need a loan at a pace. Get cash in a flash.
Wait no more. Accel Finance has the Express Loan just for you. The first ever Express Loan known by thousands for over 10 years. So walk in today and within 24 hours, you can get your Express Loan approved and your cash in a flash.
Cash in a flash. So when you need cash now, Accel Express Loans is how you can get your cash in a flash.
Terms and conditions apply.
Visit any Accel Finance branch for your Express Loan today.
Get cash in a flash.
Affordable quality products delivered to you via superb service. We are Superb Distributors, wholesalers and authorized agents for trusted products you know and love, like Rika Juices, Pure Heaven products, Bibin diapers, New Bright laundry detergent, Allegra pasta, and more.
Contact Superb Distributors at 435-2948 for superb quality and service.
Contractors and Machinery. We are your one-stop engineering and consultancy company with experience locally, regionally, and internationally. We provide excavation services and engineering consultancy, construction of residential and commercial structures, civil works such as drainage, retaining walls, roads, concrete patio services, paving services, concrete driveway services, remodeling and renovation, painting services, styling services, and so much more. Ask about our rental services of excavators, heavy equipment, metal formwork, and steel prop. Contact us today via telephone number 537-9675 or email infinitecontractors19@gmail.com.
Diamond InterContinental Jewelry Store now has amazing deals, special discounted prices on wedding sets, watches, and selected jewelry. We sell top brand jewelry and watches like Citizen, Guess, and Klein, and G-Shock, all at the best prices in Grenada. We also buy scrap gold and offer the best deals and customer service on the island. Opening hours Mondays to Saturdays, 9:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Diamond InterContinental Jewelry Store, located at the Esplanade Mall, St. George's, Grenada. Visit our brand new remodeled store or call us on telephone number 414-3114, 232-1234 or WhatsApp 533-1581. Sale is on for a limited time only. And of course, we got to say hello and welcome to everyone tuning into another Mikey Live program. How are you doing today? Things are happening. We are in the middle of the season. We're talking about Spice Mass 2024. So you see a lot of lives happening. You see a lot of events taking place. Some that we are involved in, some that we are not, of course. But you know, it's all in your favor. You're going to be getting a lot of content, as we always promise you, whenever there are festivals and so on. And you know the national things now. Of course, we will not keep you wanting. Yeah, well. So, hello to you, and may God bless you and your family. To the first-time viewers on the program, for whatever reason it is that you're here for the first time, we are saying hello to you, and the pleasure is mine to always serve you. And to the people who are always here, now we call you the usual suspects. We want to say hello to you. I see somebody there, boy. Yes, I see you. I see you for the first time. Let me see. Yes. So, yeah, man. So, you know, yeah, once you are here for the first time, that's small thing. Small thing, yeah? Just make sure you keep coming back because the thing nice and business, you know what I mean? St. George's resident charged with possession of firearm and ammunition as we get ready to wind down things with regards to the gun amnesty. Petroleum products price adjustments. We are going to be telling you about that in a while. So remember that the Grenada Football Association, they prepare for the girls under 15 and boys under 14 international competitions. We're going to tell you more about that. What else do we have for you? We have quite a bit of things. We've got our Olympic team getting ready to represent in Paris. What else? But quite a few things. Spice Mass boy. So we've got the semi-finalists for the Groovy and the Power, and then there are a series of 10 that are going to be judging. So we're going to give you a Spice Mass update as well. Yes, we want to say hello and welcome again. All right. Food establishments in CARICOM, I think it's about 2 were shut down. Well, anyway, we'll talk more about the business once we have time. So anyway, the headlines is brought to you through kind compliments of Courts, Grenada Limited, Digicel, Nawasa, Real Value, IGA, Supermarket, Superb, Distributors, Infinite, Contractors, and of course, all the other sponsors of the business. We're happy to have you here. We're taking a little thing and come back. Remember, someone sharing tonight's program will receive some free credits, compliments. Digicel, that lucky person might just be you.
It's the Quartz Appliance event. Cook it, fry it, bake it on a new Mabe stove for only $1,799. Stack it, pack it, and chill it with a Frigidaire 4-mount fridge for $2,749. Laundry piling up? Wash it, spin it, dry it in a Frigidaire 17-kilogram washing machine top, only $2,399. Get it now and pay later. It's the Quartz Appliance event, only at Quartz, bringing value home. Offers end July 24th, 2024. Conditions apply.
All right, so we're getting ready for Spice Mass, and of course over the weekend we had. Let me just see if I can get that for you here. Hold on, I think. Right, over the weekend. No, that's not it, but we'll get it for you. Over the weekend, the past few days, not really weekend, but over the past few days, there were a series of events taking place. Like the Groovy preliminaries and the Power Soca preliminaries. So a couple of days of good competition, keen competition. Some people actually got to see, or will be getting to see, their artists in the next round of judging, while some people will not. There's always the argument and conversations about judging and stuff like that, but we're not going to get into that. But to say congratulations to all those of you who would have made it, and if your artist made it to the next round of judging, well, all the best to them. There's a lot more to come. If you ask me, who's the artist that I find is trending or has done exceptionally well this time around, I'll say Soca Shack. Like a coming from nowhere. I mean, it's been there, trying, but this year, in my humble opinion, Soca Shack has really taken his craft to another level. I mean, some other artists as well, but I want to give him his credit where it is due. Okay, of course, there are some other artists who have been doing really well as well, but we're not getting into that yet. I just wanted to single out for what it's worth. In the semi-finals of the Power Soca, there is Dash, also Buba 473, Reginald, Khalifa, Muddy, Reggae Atmosphere, Mushman, Shamak, Lil Jello, Soca Shack, Leadneck, Squeezehead, Superflying Flint, Soca Jeff, Top Cat and Blazer, Crave, Mad K, Lil Carey, Boise, Chiquan, Baby L, Wacky Dan, Hits, Alma Boy, Twiggy, Snaky, Happy Boy, Young Mad, Moses Ranks, and Playboy HTD. Hey, Moses make you get you and realize Moses get you with the business. And of course, entering into the Groovy, Dash, Shot Pre, Chaos, Swajan, Terra the Governor, Young Star 473, Juice the Voice, Otis, Riggy Atmosphere, Mushman, Shamak, Soca Shack, and Ari. Again, they did really good. Randy Isaac, Scholar, Jerrington, Superflying Flint, Baraka,
Rooney J, Crave, K1, Blacker Dan, Wacky Dan, Lara Lisa, Alma Boy, Yaga Dan, Happy Boy, and Two Blacks. I hear a lot of Dan. Oh gosh, a lot of Dan names. I don't know where the Dan thing is coming from. I'll probably have to ask Alexa or one of them, in the context of entertainment, what does Dan mean? Yeah, because when I don't oh, it says an archaic title of honor. So it's like an ancient title of honor, equivalent to master or sir. Okay, because I hear a lot of Dan, and I also see a lot of name changes. I never really in support of name changes unless it's absolutely necessary, coming out from the background of a broadcaster and DJ. It create a headache, and even it makes it even harder to find your songs, particularly the older ones and the newer ones. Yeah, it creates a little disconnect, and if that's your objective, then by all means. But it does create a disconnect. Once you change your name, it creates a disconnect between what was and what is. So if that's your objective, by all means. But if that's not your objective, then you need to think twice about changing your name. Bradley James, who is a 35-year-old resident of Laborie in St. George, was charged with the offenses of possession of a firearm and possession of ammunition. Now, these charges were brought against Mr. James following an operation conducted on Tuesday, 16th July 2024 at Laborie, where 1.22 firearm along with 2 rounds of ammunition were found, according to police. Mr. James is scheduled to appear at the St. George's Magistrates Court on Thursday, 18th, that's tomorrow, July 2024. Now, persons are reminded that the firearms amnesty is in effect until the 30th of July 2024. During this period, anyone in possession of an illegal firearm or firearms and or ammunition should turn it in at the most convenient police station, police headquarters, or at an attorney at law without fear of prosecution or being questioned. Alternatively, if you know of someone who possesses an illegal firearm or firearms and or ammunition, you are encouraged to please ask them to turn them in. Feeling which, once the amnesty has elapsed, then all hell breaks loose with regards to persons who are found with illegal firearms. Speaking of that, I think it was about 13 or 14 gun-related killings that happened at Trinidad over the last weekend. About 13 or 14. Like what? Never. But yep, the news agencies there are reporting that. The general public are hereby informed that that effective Thursday, that is tomorrow, the retail prices of petroleum products, gasoline, diesel, kerosene, and liquefied petroleum gas, LPG, commonly known as the cooking gas, in the state of Grenada will be as follows. On the mainland, Grenada, gasoline moves from $15.74, and there's a decrease of 40 cents. It goes down to $15.34. Diesel moves from $15.30 to $14.53, a decrease of 77 cents. Kerosene moves from $11.25 per gallon to $10.65 per gallon. That's a decrease of 60 cents per gallon. In terms of the cooking gas, the price remains the same in Grenada, $40. And the 100-pound cylinder moves from $235.65 to $243.25. That's an increase of $7.60. Bulk moves from $2.45 to $2.50, and that is an increase of 5 cents. On CARICOM, the price of the cooking gas remains the same, the 20-pound, $49, and the 100-pound moves from $258.65 to $266.25, an increase of $7.60. Bulk moves from $2.45 to $2.50, an increase of 5 cents. The Ministry of Finance continues to monitor petroleum product prices and will intervene as necessary if it exceeds $17. Petroleum product prices of gasoline, diesel, and kerosene within the tri-island state of Grenada are fully harmonized in line with the statements made by the Minister of Finance in the 2023 budget speech. Now, the new retail prices are computed based on the average of the actual cost, freight, and insurance rates for gasoline, diesel, and kerosene. However, for the LPG cooking gas, the mean Caribbean postings that splats for cost was used over the period June 14, 2024 to July 12, 2024. Petroleum product prices are price control goods, therefore no retailer shall vary the stated prices. If they do, report them to the number 4401369. So, the Grenada Football Association, they're preparing to send its under 15 girls and under 14 boys, the teams, to compete in the major international tournaments for, it goes from August 5th to the 24th in Trinidad. Now, the under 15 girls will participate in the CONCACAF Girls Under 15 Championships from the 5th to the 11th of August. And they will face tough competition in League B and Group C against rivals Trinidad and Tobago, Curacao, and Antigua and Barbuda. Drawn in Group C, the under 14 boys are set to for the CFU Boys Under 14 Challenge Series from August 16 to the 24th. Now, the young Grenadian team will battle against St. Martin, St. Lucia, Bonaire, and Bermuda. Grenada's Football Association, the General Secretary, Carl Lee, is excited for our talented young players to test themselves against the region's best on court. And they're really looking forward to see what we've got, and we have it. Grenadans, we have it. Are we looking? Okay, Olia. So, we're preparing for Olympics. We're preparing to represent Grenada Olympic Committee. Say that they are delighted to confirm the selection of 6 exceptional athletes who will proudly represent the nation at the upcoming Olympic Games in Paris, France. The esteemed athletes are Kirani James, claps, Lyndon Victor, drumroll, Anderson Peters, Haley Hazard, Tilly Collimo, and Zachary Gresham. Each is poised to showcase their talent and dedication on the global stage and to the various disciplines, their sporting disciplines. Kirani is a beloved figure in Grenada and a formidable force in track and field. He's making his name and has been doing so over the years. It's his fourth Olympic appearance, having won gold in the 400 meters in 2012, silver in 2016, and bronze at the Games held in 2022. James's achievements at the Olympics, World Championships, and Commonwealth Games have made him a national hero and an inspiration to aspiring athletes worldwide. Now, Lyndon Victor, a Commonwealth Games gold medalist, has demonstrated extraordinary prowess in the decathlon, embodying resilience throughout his career. His participation in the Paris Olympics marks another milestone in his pursuit of excellence. Anderson Peters, a javelin prodigy, enters the Olympic arena with a record-breaking career and a demonstration to add to Grenada's sporting legacy with his exceptional skills and unwavering commitment. He's a World Championship gold medalist. Haley Hazard brings a speed and agility to the Olympic track, where she will compete in sprint events. Her dynamic performances have earned her accolades and admiration, setting the stage for an exhilarating competition in Paris. Now, Tilly Collimo exemplifies Grenada's rising talent in swimming, poised to make a mark in the Olympic arena. Her dedication and potential promise an exciting journey ahead as she competes among the world's best swimmers. And Zachary Gresham as well, an emerging star in swimming, represents Grenada's prowess in aquatic sports. Now, his participation underscores Grenada's growing presence in diverse Olympic disciplines. Leading the delegation as chief de mission is Dr. Jane Noel and manager Conrad Francis, whose guidance and leadership will ensure the athletes are supported and prepared to perform at their best during the games. So, Olio, we gonna make it. Oh, we go. And I want to see my son. I want to be able to call my son's name in swimming in the next few years. Let's see, Mikey Hutchinson, one of the world's best swimmers. But already coming. It's coming. We go see. Coming out of CARICOM and Peter Martinique, we know that the recovery efforts are slow but sure. Well, you know what? I shouldn't even say slow. It might be slow for some, but in general, I think they're doing pretty well. There's a lot of aid that is going into Trinidad, into CARICOM and Peter Martinique, coming from Trinidad and other islands in the region. Guyana, I mean, you just name it. We are getting the support. Now, people are trying to get back on their feet and trying to get back to things that they used to do just to have some semblance of normalcy. But there are some people who have found themselves in breach. Now, according to the Ministry of CARICOM and Peter Martinique Affairs and Local Government, following concerns raised by international partners, including the Caribbean Public Health Agency, that's CARFA, necessary inspections were carried out by the Environmental Health Division within the Ministry of Health, relating to the preparation and distribution of daily meals and the potential for the outbreak of foodborne diseases. Now, the inspections resulted in the closure of 2 establishments on the island. The Ministry of CARICOM and the Peter Martinique Affairs and Local Government, in collaboration with the National Disaster Management Agency, say that they'd like to remind all that it is important that following any natural disaster, the preparation of food must be done in a safe and clean environment. Okay, so yeah, we know that's tough. Yeah, that is a tough one. So you just guys have to just be a little careful and things like that. Make sure once you're preparing food, it's done in a proper environment. Hey, joyous holiday, don't miss me out. Yeah, man. Just make sure you all try your best so that you don't end up in like problems and things. I know how it is already. All right. There's so many things that, oh boy. Big up to the people out there in the diaspora who have also tried your best to make your contribution towards the relief efforts of the northern side of the island mainland and to a larger extent CARICOM and Peter Martinique. You guys have always done good and you continue to do. And even those who are here locally as well, there are some people who ain't saying anything, You understand? Some people are saying, but they're working. So, and they're donating and stuff like that. So we want to say big up to all it too. Yeah? Family, we're going to take a quick break and come right back. And when I come back, what we have for you, we have the national report, and of course, we'll have the weather for you. Stay right there. We'll be back.
Cash in a flash.
So you need cash now, you don't know how. No time to waste, need a loan at a pace. Get cash in a flash.
Wait no more! Accel Finance has the Express loan just for you. The first ever Express loan known by thousands for over 10 years. So walk in today, and within 24 hours, you can get your Express loan approved and your cash in a flash.
Cash in a flash. So when you need cash now, Accel Express loans is how you can get your cash in a flash.
Terms and conditions apply.
Visit any Accel Finance branch for your Express loan today.
Get cash in a flash.
Affordable quality products delivered to you via superb service. We are Superb Distributors, wholesalers and authorized agents for trusted products you know and love, like Rika Juices, Pure Heaven products, Bibbin diapers, New Bright laundry detergent, Allegra pasta, and more.
Contact Superb Distributors at 435-2948 for superb quality and service.
Ever wonder how water goes from its natural source to coming out of our tap crystal clear and safe to drink? Well, let me introduce you to Grenada's National Water and Sewage Authority. They are the water wizards behind it all. Yay! A whopping 95% of all water comes from surface sources. This water might look muddy now, but wait until you see the transformation.
First, they add a non-toxic chemical to the water. This brings particles together, forming clumps in a process called coagulation. Next, a gentle stir helps the particles come together. This is called flocculation. Gravity does its thing and the clumps settle to the bottom. This is sedimentation. Then the water is passed through a bed of sand. This filtration removes up to 95% of bacteria. See the difference? Now our water is clear and nearly bacteria free. Lastly, chlorine is added for disinfection, killing any remaining bacteria and making the water safe to drink.
And that, my friends, is how Nawasa brings pure, refreshing water from their surface sources to our pipes, our washpan, our buckets, whatever you think about.
This advertisement is the first in a series showcasing Nawasa's operations. Stay tuned for more in-depth insights into our services and initiatives.
Contractors and Machinery. We are your one-stop engineering and consultancy company with experience locally, regionally, and internationally. We provide excavation services and engineering consultancy, construction of residential and commercial structures, civil works such as drainage, retaining walls, roads, concrete patio services, paving services, concrete driveway services, remodeling and renovation, painting services, styling services, and so much more. Ask about our rental services of excavators, heavy equipment, metal formwork, and steel prop. Contact us today via telephone number 537-9675 or email infinitecontractors19@gmail.com.
Diamond InterContinental Jewelry Store now has amazing deals, special discounted prices on wedding sets, watches, and selected jewelry. We sell top brand jewelry and watches like Citizen, Guess, and Klein, and G-Shock, all at the best prices in Grenada. We also buy scrap gold and offer the best deals and customer service on the island. Opening hours Mondays to Saturdays, 9:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Diamond InterContinental Jewelry Store, located at the Esplanade Mall, St. George's, Grenada. Visit our brand new remodeled store or call us on telephone number 414-3114, 232-1234 or WhatsApp 533-1581. Sale is on for a limited time only.
Anywhere at any time and have it delivered to you right here in Grenada at yogo.gd.
It's the Quartz Appliance event. Cook it, fry it, bake it on a new Ma-Base stove for only $1,799. Stack it, pack it, and chill it with a Frigidaire 4-mount fridge for $2,749. Laundry piling up? Wash it, spin it, dry it in a Frigidaire 17-kilogram washing machine top, only $2,399. Get it now and pay later. It's the Quartz Appliance event, only at Quartz, bringing value home. Offers end July 24th, 2024. Conditions apply.
This is a GIS Evening Report for Wednesday, July 17, 2024. I am Sherian Noel. In the headlines, Grenada's Disaster Relief Fund now totals $3.9 million. We'll have details to this story and more after the break.
Welcome to the 47th meeting of the Conference of Heads of Government of CARICOM, hosted by your new chairman, the Honorable Deacon Mitchell, July 28th to 30th, St. George, Grenada. The Conference of Heads of Government, comprising the leaders of member states, serves as the highest governing body of the Caribbean community. CARICOM is a multilingual community made up of 20 countries, 15 member states and 5 associate members, and is home to approximately 16 million citizens. CARICOM stands on 4 pillars: economic integration, foreign policy coordination, human and social development, and security. It holds ultimate authority for negotiating treaties on behalf of the community and establishing relationships between the community and international organizations and states. The conference oversees the financial arrangements necessary to cover the community's expenses, though it has assigned this responsibility to the Community Council. Typically, decisions within the conference are reached through unanimous agreement. Join us as we begin the countdown for the 47th regular meeting of CARICOM Heads of Government in Spice Island, Grenada, with incoming chairman, the Honorable Deacon Mitchell, and the whole of CARICOM represented. Let's join the conversations and prepare the shifting perspectives on pertinent and pressing issues that affect our Caribbean community.
Welcome back. Grenada's Disaster Relief Fund now stands at $3.9 million. That's according to Minister for Finance, Honorable Dennis Cornwell. The sum includes $200,000 contribution from the Cayman Islands, $100,000 from Belize, and $1 million from the ECCB. We have decided on the suspension of the rules and targets in the Fiscal Resilience Act. Section 9 of the Act says that the Minister may, by order subject to negative resolution, suspend the public debt target and primary balance rule under Section 8 at any time during the fiscal year where any of the following occur. A major economic shock resulting from. Section 2 says a disaster arising from a natural hazard as declared by the authorized national, regional, and international agency, or the disaster declared pursuant to Section 55 of the Disaster Management Act of 2023. So what does that mean for us? It gives us the flexibility to incur debt for recovery efforts if needed. At present, we have the central government debt to GDP ratio of 60.4%, the public debt to GDP of 75.1%. And when I refer to public debt, it includes central government debt as well as debt from our statutory bodies. Government policy is to prioritize grants and concession debt finance. In other words, we have committed ourselves to borrow monies if need be at concessional terms for the most part at this point in time. During a press briefing on Wednesday, Honorable Cornwell said his government is also considering providing certain fiscal incentives in the aftermath of Hurricane Beryl. Government has also been considering the fiscal incentives in the aftermath of Hurricane Beryl. And so government will implement a fiscal incentive package to support the rebuild and repair of homes and other structures, as well as the reactivation of businesses effective August 1st, 2024. Details will be provided in the last week of July on this measure. We're also going to have a consultation with businessmen and women in CARICOM and Petit Martinique to get their views on matters affecting them in the aftermath of Hurricane Beryl. The feedback from this consultation will inform our fiscal incentives. We're also going to look at other incentives in the aftermath of Hurricane Beryl, which government will implement as a waiver on all taxes and duties on all relief supplies imported for personal use. And this includes barrel or boxes or crates up to the 31st of December 2024. This boxes, the contents of these boxes will be items of foodstuff, clothing, and household items. Again, households will be limited to 2 barrels or box or crates per family or household.
Moving along, the Executive Director of the Grenada Authority for the Regulation of Financial Institutions, Dennis Felix, says GAFIN has been engaging the non-banking sector to ensure the smooth and efficient handling of claims and settlements post-Hurricane Beryl. GAFIN is a statutory body that supervises the non-banking financial sector, which includes insurance companies. During a press briefing on Wednesday, Mr. Felix said following the passage of Hurricane Beryl, discussions were held with all insurance companies.
We are happy for this opportunity to share with the listening public efforts that GAFIN, as supervisor of the non-bank financial sector, has been taking to ensure that we have smoothness and order in the administration of claims and claim settlement as we deal with this disaster. So let me first point out that GAFIN is the regulator and the supervisor of the non-bank financial sector. And for this discussion this morning, we focus on insurance companies and intermediaries. And when I refer to intermediaries, I refer to agents and brokers and sales representatives that are registered in accordance with the Insurance Act. Now, following the passage of the Hurricane Beryl on July 1st, GAFIN initially contacted and held discussions with all of the general insurance companies. And just to let you know that when I refer to general insurance companies, we are referring to companies that conduct business with policy owners of real property, vehicles, and marine vessels. So we sought an update on the steps that these companies have taken to ensure that the policyholders, the claims and the concerns will be handled in a thorough, efficient, and speedy manner. The responses we received were quite favorable. That is, the responses we received from the insurance companies. And they informed us of the steps that they have taken to respond, to contact the policyholders, to assist the policyholders in preparing claims, if need be, and laying out clear procedures for claim settlement.
Following that engagement, Mr. Felix says GAFIN then proceeded to publish a notice for the attention of the general public.
In order to give reassurances that all insurance companies operating in Grenada are actively supervised, they are financially sound, they meet statutory solvency requirements, they conform to accepted prudential benchmarks and practices, they maintain sufficient acceptable assets in the insurance funds that are vested in the supervisor as required. Now, this is an important development since we had Hurricane Ivan in 2004, in that we, as supervisor, we ensure that all insurance companies vest with GAFIN as supervisor enough assets, acceptable assets at that, to cover all the liabilities in the event that we have a disaster, that the company can no longer carry its operations. We have assets to cover those liabilities.
He says that one of the key areas discussed with the insurance companies is that of reinsurance, to ensure that they can process the claims that are presented to them.
Based on the updates that we have received since, some companies we are informed, and their representatives, so the representatives from various companies and the adjusters, they are out in the field primarily or especially in the disaster areas that are severely affected, like CARICOM and Petit Martinique and St. Patrick. They are out there meeting with the policy owners, assisting them in preparing necessary claims and carrying out assessments with a view to settling those claims speedily. So I just want to say that at this time, that we have word from some companies that there are instances where payments have already been made to policyholders, and I think that is good. In fact, over the last couple of days, I have had comments from individuals who told me that they are quite happy that, or surprised in some instances, that immediately upon the passage of the hurricane, their respective insurance companies contacted them.
Garfin, he says, remains committed to providing support to the non-financial banking sector to ensure the execution of claims. We take a break. The GIS Evening Report returns after this.
Climate change is real, bringing hotter days and less rain. Less rain means less water, so it's crucial for us to conserve water at home. When washing my vehicle, I use a bucket with rainwater that I have stored. This is how I save water. What are you waiting for?
Welcome back. Prime Minister Honorable Deacon Mitchell says despite the challenges that confront his team from Hurricane Beryl's damage to buildings and property in the northern parts of Grenada, as well as Carricoom and Petit Martinique, damage assessment will continue. The challenges are exacerbated on the sister islands by limited water supply, as well as housing with no power. But Prime Minister Mitchell says they will stick to the task.
It is a tedious process, but we must do it. We must do it if we are able to accurately assess the financial consequences of the damage and ruin that has been wrought upon Grenada and the cost it will take to rebuild. And so the government is seeking to rely on its international partners, the United Nations, the World Bank, the European Union, ECLAC, and other agencies to do a comprehensive damage assessment. We anticipate this will take place within the next month to two, so that we can then present as accurate as possible to the nation, to the region, and to the wider world the extent of the damage wrought by Hurricane Beryl.
PM Mitchell says while there have been requests for information on the collective sum for the damage sustained, there is a need for residents on the mainland and in the diaspora to exercise patience until a comprehensive assessment is completed.
We want to emphasize that we cannot underestimate the extent of the damage, the extent of the relief, and the extent of the recovery. And I will speak briefly about two sectors so that we appreciate what we are treating with. In the marine and fishing sector, we've had widespread destruction to aqua and culture. Most, if not all, of the sea moss nurseries have been completely destroyed. In the case of CARICOM and Petit Martinique, the mariners have taken a severe battering. You have several boats that are either completely destroyed, significantly damaged, fallen over, turned over. We have several, if not tens, of boats that are stuck in the mangroves, that have been beached, that are significantly damaged. All of this has to be accounted for. All of this has to be removed and repaired, and it has to be paid for. And we have to appreciate that particularly with boats, there is the risk of leaking oil or leaking fuel. And we have to be able to act quickly to be able to ensure that we can protect our already significant degraded marine environment.
Agriculture, particularly in the northern part of the island, received significant damage to all crops, and that Prime Minister Mitchell says need urgent intervention.
Short crops and our more traditional long crops, or nutmegs, or cocoa, bananas, plantains, avocado, you can name them. They've all, mangoes, fruit trees, have suffered significant and extensive damage. It means that the government will have to work with our farmers and our farmers' cooperatives to not just get building materials, but to assist farmers with clearing the lands, clearing the debris, with getting planting material, fertilizers, and starting the process all over again. During that period, our farmers will not have any funds because they have nothing to sell. And so it means the government will have to consider providing income support by the farmers who are impacted. As the Minister of Finance indicated, this is not something we can simply do by the press of a button. It requires us to have a clear understanding of the extent of the destruction, the number of farmers who've been impacted, and to engage with them and their various cooperatives as well to ensure that the fiscal incentives, the support that we'll provide is support that is meaningful, that is tangible, and that will ultimately lead to the rebuilding of our agriculture, or aqua and mariculture, in a most robust and sustainable manner.
PM Mitchell says consultation will be had with affected farmers to chart the best possible solution going forward. Grenada's Minister for Climate Resilience, the Environment and Renewable Energy, Honorable Kirin James, says a team from her ministry has drafted a report on the damage sustained by the limbless solar PV plant in CARICOM from Hurricane Beryl. The report will be presented to experts who will then visit the island to get an appreciation of the damage before any thought can be given to rebuilding the plant.
It is really heartbroken that we have experienced such a thing. This is just one of the experiences that we have to deal with as small island developing states. You know, we would make the progress. We would try to ensure that we build sustainably and we secure and we do everything that we ought to do to make energy cheaper and to make energy much more accessible and to harness our natural resources. But when you are faced with a hurricane of that magnitude or any other natural disasters, you are set back maybe 5-10 years post where you're at. So we continue to call on the international community to see us and to ensure that whenever we do projects like that it can withstand category 4, category 5. Not only that, but we are calling for much more climate financing to ensure that we can get much more projects and that we can build the resilience needed to make it a success.
The limbless solar PV plant in CARICOM, which was constructed to withstand adverse impacts of the weather, was severely damaged during the passage of Hurricane Beryl on July 1st. The Climate Resilience Minister says on visiting the site at Limley, she was heartbroken to see the devastation and bearing in mind the amount of work and investment made in the project.
The system was designed to withstand a category 4 hurricane. As you know, we did get a category 4, but it was shy of almost being a category 5, and so all of the systems were damaged. Right now, we are in the process of forming a task force to ensure that we can get the necessary damage assessment done to quantify the damage. We have already reached out to the team that has been working with the installation of the modules and the entire plant to inform them of what had happened.
We take our second break. The news continues after this.
Welcome to the 47th meeting of the Conference of Heads of Government of CARICOM, hosted by your new chairman, the Honorable Deacon Mitchell, July 28th to 30th, St. George, Grenada. The Conference of Heads of Government, comprising the leaders of member states, serves as the highest governing body of the Caribbean community. CARICOM is a multilingual community made up of 20 countries, 15 member states and 5 associate members, and is home to approximately 16 million citizens. CARICOM stands on 4 pillars: economic integration, foreign policy coordination, human and social development, and security. It holds ultimate authority for negotiating treaties on behalf of the community and establishing relationships between the community and international organizations and states. The conference oversees the financial arrangements necessary to cover the community's expenses, though it has assigned this responsibility to the Community Council. Typically, decisions within the conference are reached through unanimous agreement. Join us as we begin the countdown for the 47th regular meeting of CARICOM Heads of Government in Spice Island, Grenada, with incoming chairman, the Honorable Deacon Mitchell, and the whole of CARICOM represented. Let's join the conversations and prepare the shifting perspectives on pertinent and pressing issues that affect our Caribbean community.
Welcome back. Distribution Supervisor for Barbados Light and Power, Edward Cummings, says the team from Barbados is skilled for the task ahead and is looking forward to giving the necessary assistance needed to Grenlec's restoration process. Cummings says while the team is originally scheduled to be on the island for 2 weeks, the present circumstance could mean a longer stint.
To be honest, I may be a little desensitized, having been on several missions before, but there's always that possibility that once this time of year comes around and one of our sister or brothers is in dire need, that we will be called upon. So when I heard the word that y'all had been hit, so we were kind of anticipating that either St. Vincent or yourself might need some assistance.
And how many of you?
There are 5 of us.
And
How long will you be spending with the Grenada team?
Supposedly 2 weeks, but that's generally a situation that unfolds based on the speed at which the restoration takes place.
J. Paul, construction supervisor with Domlec, then Dominica Electricity Services, leads a team of 4 who he says are all skilled and experienced in the field, given the work experience after Hurricane Maria.
We have a team of 4, and we have 3 new guys, guys that have never been to restoration out of Dominica, because they did restoration in Dominica after Maria. So the skills and whatever and what they have now, trust me, you're going to get a lot coming from them, because they have that experience from what Maria did to us. And watching the nice little island, I think the terrain will have us working plenty efficient and safe too. We need to work safe. Yeah. We have to drive around to see exactly what is really needed. Yes, we have to really move around to see what we have to do. And after that, we could really give you an understanding as to what are really going to happen. But for now, we're here to see.
And finally in the news, the Grenada Tourism Authority, together with its stakeholders, have taken swift action to assess the extent of damage to tourism attraction sites and accommodations on the mainland in CARICOM and Petit Martinique. The critical assessment aims to gauge a hurricane's impact and formulate a robust recovery plan to ensure Grenada's tourism sector can rebound. GTA's Chief Operations Officer, Mrs. Curl Hoshialik, updated the GIS on the assessment done thus far and the way forward.
And of course, with relates to the accommodation sector, between severe and totally destroyed is what has happened. And we've done an impact assessment for the CARICOM Petit Martinique in conjunction with the Caribbean Tourism, Sustainable Tourism Specialist at the Caribbean Tourism Organization, who's here as part of the SEDIMA team. So she did a deep dive for CARICOM Petit Martinique with our Product Development Officer in CARICOM, Ms. Rena Mills. And she too, would have lost everything. But, it is just real commitment and love and dedication that makes you want to ensure that what happens after rebuilding, after recovery, and the fact that long term we need to remain resilient and a sustainable tourism destination. So that impact assessment was done. There is a lot of work that needs to be done. But the good thing with the tourism industry is that we tend to really find a way to move over the challenges.
The ravages of Hurricane Beryl on the Sister Isles not only destroyed attraction sites but caused some level of damage to the Hillsborough office. The GTA, she says, is putting plans in motion to have repairs done to the office as soon as possible.
The GTA office in CARICOM did sustain some damage, but we have to thank the Lord that the infrastructure stood up well. We have some damages with the roof, so we're going to look at having that repaired. And of course, our ACs, the window damage, window panes were broken. We also have our water tank. We had some, in our view, minor damage as opposed to the stakeholders that had severe damage or were totally destroyed. But we understand that we need to continue to be that central coordinating arm for tourism in CARICOM and Petit Martinique. And as a result, we will look at repairing the building as swiftly and as quickly as we can, so that we can continue to do the work of bringing back, supporting the Ministry of CARICOM Petit Martinique Affairs as we look at the socio-economic importance for the country as it relates to the tourism sector.
And with this story, we come to the end of the GIS Evening Report for Wednesday, July 17th, 2024. On behalf of the entire news and production team, I am Sherry Ann Noel, thanking you for viewing.
Well, thank you very much, Sherry Ann, and the rest of the GIS News team. We now take a look at the weather as submitted by the Met Office. We can tell you that the weather is expected to be partly cloudy with light to moderate showers. It's happening now on a low chance of lightning and thunder. Tonight's minimum temperature 25 degrees Celsius. Winds east-northeasterly to east-southeasterly at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Seas moderate with waves 4 to 6 feet in open waters. Heading over to Thursday, we can tell you that the weather is expected to be partly cloudy with light to moderate showers and a low chance of lightning and thunder in the morning and overnight. Max temperature 31 degrees Celsius, minimum 25. Winds easterly to east-south, easterly at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Seas moderate with waves 4 to 6 feet in open waters. That's it, my friends. Java, what's going on? It's been a rough few days, Java. You should know. Thank you for holding the fort. Diana, hello to you as well. Gloria, also Michelle, Doris, Veronica, Karen, Vicky, Monet, how are you doing? All the loyals. Liz, how are you? Blessings to you as well. I mean, everybody, I miss you guys all the time. You know, so blessings, all right, Diana? And everybody else, Java, you know, yeah? So again, thank you for always being there. All right? We appreciate you. Guys, take care of yourselves, all right? We'll touch base again. Those of you who are on YouTube as well, blessings to you. I don't get to see everybody who's on YouTube, but for those of you who are chatting and so on, like Celine, Suzanne, Keith, and the others, Laverne, Suzette, Margaret, and all the others, thank you for being here with us. We'll touch base again tomorrow, God's willing, same time, same place. Have yourselves a good one. All right? And don't forget to appreciate family. Family is important. Or your friends, you know? But your support system, do not underestimate them. Take care of yourselves in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We all say, yeah! No, take care.